Dangerously close to 1 year ago, I reviewed a cheeky little devil by the name of Knee-Socks, brought to us by none other than Alter. At the end of that video, I mentioned that she would probably look one hell of a lot better when paired up with her sister, and it's genuinely taken me this long to get the opportunity to find out. So, I'll figure it out this week, as chosen during the TenseiTwister 1k sub super stream, is none other than the second half of the Demon Sisters, Scanty. You know, it's taken me this long to take the initiative and find out why Scanty is called that. According to Google, it's an informality meaning women's skimpy knickers or pants, which, while making me giggle like a schoolboy, is much more apt than I was expecting. Still, why she chooses to wear two pairs will always baffle me. I mean, doesn't that defeat the point? Anyway, enough cottating over diabolic pants. On to the figure! In coming out nearly a year later than her sister, it's safe to say that Scanty here enjoys a lot of improvements over Knee-Socks. The most noticeable example of this is her hair. The semi-transparency has been all but ditched in order to bring more attention to the colour and glitter-like sheen effect that makes her hair appear more vibrant. I'm not the most fond of the sculpting of the hair that frames her face here, I find that a little flat, but I can't fault the overall fiery goodness, especially when it looks so good spilling out from behind her like that. Admittedly, I first thought that the white on the bottom of her lip was some sort of painting error, like someone had painted her teeth and then just couldn't stop. I was about to get very angry when I realised that it's actually supposed to be there, making this another feature that Knee-Socks sadly missed out on. Scanty is wearing less than Knee-Socks, which I find ironic considering she has more to cover up. But that aside, once again her outfit from their sensational transformation sequence is really well realised. One word of warning is that she is very pointy. I'm serious, interacting with this figure is like fishing a porcupine out of a bucket of needles. What's most interesting about Scanty's getup is the fact that you can slide her skirt up. This literally serves no purpose whatsoever besides casual figure voyeurism. It's not even cast off though, it literally just slides up a bit. So, if you're interested in what Scanty's underdrawers look like, and are quite a forgetful soul, then prepare to perforate your fingers every time you fancy a reminder. Either way, from her heeled boots to her bands to her ridiculous boob harness, which I almost feel sorry for because it must be struggling there, the outfit as a whole looks grand, and while it's still shiny, it's not quite as shiny as Knee-Socks, which is a subtle tweak that I appreciate. You might recognise this base. It's good, isn't it? If this had been any different from Knee-Socks, I would have been genuinely really pissed off. It's simple, it does the job, and these two figures were effectively made to go together, so having the same base was really the only answer here. So, here we go, the moment of truth. It's finally time to reunite the Demon Sisters and see what they look like as a pair. Now, when I did the video on Knee-Socks, I stupidly criticised her pose for being uninspired, and for some reason it didn't hit me until these two were both together that they're just doing the intro poses from the transformation sequence. I really don't have an excuse for that. I was young. These two look cracking together, and it really makes me wonder how I was able to manage this long with just the one. It's almost like I've lived for a year with only one shoe or something. However, as happy as I am that I finally got these two, and I'm now able to start saying that I have a bona fide collection of female demon effigies, thus making the local church association even more wary of me, it's not hard at all to see a year of difference between the two, the most frustrating example of this being the simple fact that their skins are two different colours. I'm a huge stickler for consistency, and to be honest, I could overlook all the other slight differences if it wasn't for this one in particular being so noticeable. Scanty's red is one shade brighter, and while I do prefer her skin tone over Knee-Socks, I would have rathered the pair been the same. So, yes, while Scanty overall shows a great level of improvement over her sister and predecessor of a year, and on her own I would say that she's pretty much perfect and everything that I could want or ask for, which is something you can't easily beat. I can't help but feel slightly disappointed that more of an effort wasn't made to sustain a sense of fidelity to the older of the two. Now, I realise that I criticised the High Priestess Chie for feeling like she was made to be with others, so I may sound like I'm contradicting myself here, but this is Scanty and Knee-Socks we're talking about. You literally cannot have one without the other. It physically hurt me to do so for such a long time. Sorry, Scanty. As much as I know you want me to, I just can't make believe it's the first time. Now, all that's left to do is decide which of you two is my favourite. I do love knee socks, but as much as I do, Scanty, she's got, oh my god, she's got biscuits! Oh yes, best girl!